Hey, Melanie.
Hi.
How are you doing?
Oh, I've just realised I've got AirPods in, but they're not connected. Let me try and get them
Okay,
connected.
that's all right.
Me and my daughter get them mixed up all.
I see Scarlett in your title name, also in your account name.
Yes. Yeah, she's always stealing my things.
Yeah.
But let's change that name
Yes.
for you.
No problem.
Okay. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Good. I'm
Yeah.
okay. Now, are you guys still in lockdown?
Yes, we're still in lockdown, yes. People who are getting sick in the Netherlands are up again. So I don't know when we're getting a bit of breath again to getting it back to normal. So it's still heavy here. And in the UK?
Yes. Yeah, well, we were in lockdown until I think it was last week, and the country is a more regional lockdown now. So London's tier 2, which gives us a little bit more freedom.
Okay.
We have got restaurants open. I actually went to the theatre on Saturday.
Oh,
which was
really? Oh,
incredible.
how exciting is that?
Yeah.
To have a
So
bit
it's
of
quite
a feeling that it's
limited.
normal again.
Yeah, it was honestly, and it was like the best thing I've ever seen. And I think part of it was obviously because it was such a treat to be able to do it.
Yeah, nice. Yeah. Well, it's a bizarre year, but thankfully you made this masterpiece. So very grateful for that.
Yeah, thank you. It actually looks really good. I'm so pleased with the artwork as well. I'm pleased with the record, obviously the music, but the artwork, it's beautiful, isn't it? Yes.
Does it represent all the different versions of you, or is that the concept behind it?
It was definitely the feel. There were lots of things we had to be quite creative in getting the last pieces of the album finished because of the situation. So I had other ideas for photo shoots, but we had to work with things that we already had, and this was, I like this idea of kind of, it's quite thoughtful, isn't it?
Yeah, it's very nice, and I can believe that because your album is out for a little while now, and it still sounds fresh when I listen to it now. When I put on your album, it sounds like it came out yesterday. So fresh it sounds.
Yeah, I love that. Well, I hope that continues because I think this campaign will probably be longer than usual campaigns. If I'm not able to tour fully next year internationally, it will maybe carry on into 2022. So yeah, hopefully it remains to sound fresh because I've got to play this album live, you know?
Yeah,
It'd drive me crazy.
So it needs to be fresh until next year, yes.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's such a good album. And what is the magic ingredient for letting it sound like it could have been a greatest hits album? Well, maybe it's already for 50% because 5 singles are on it, but it sounds really like a greatest hits album.
Oh, thank you. You know, I think every time I've made an album, there's very much a feeling around that record. And when I made my very first solo album, Northern Star, it felt like a very magical time, and that of course was my most successful album as a solo artist. But the whole process, the collaborations I had, and the working in the studio, and as the songs were being written, it just felt very special. And this album has felt like that. You know, I've met lots of new people, songwriters, producers, and again, it just felt very creative and very productive. So I think it was just, you know, one of those times where I felt very inspired. I had lots I wanted to express, and then musically I really knew what I wanted the record to sound like, so that I think that really helps solidify what you make.
Your strategy is amazing. I have to say, it all feels so good. It's all coming into place. It's very nice to see that. And Into You is such a banger too. I loved it right away, and I read that you recorded it in the lockdown, right?
Yeah, it was so brilliant because we got to the point where the album was finished, and then of course, you know, now things are very different to when I first started to work in the music industry and how we release things digitally, and lots of people have a deluxe version of the album which includes extra tracks, and I didn't feel like I had tracks that I wanted to include because the standard of the album I felt was so high. So I went back into the studio. And obviously with it being lockdown, we were all talking about isolation and loneliness and all these things, and I was like, we are not writing a song that's COVID inspired. I'm not having it.
We want to
So
dance.
we started to fantasize about what we're going to do after lockdown. And I was in the studio with Neve and Bill and Ted, who I've worked with on Blame It On Me, and we were just thinking about Ibiza and like going out. I know you were like just thinking, oh, I can't wait till we get our lives back that we can go and do that. So this was really inspired by like holidays and partying and having fun, and you know, lyrically it's about having a great romance, but actually not needing it because you're so, you know, fulfilled in who you are as a person individually. So it carries on the theme of the album, which is very much about self-acceptance and empowerment.
Nice. Yeah, you know what it is? It's been a hard year for everyone, but I think because you did Sing the Pink last year in the Spice Tour, people had so many memories and so much positivity that we could carry on this year with all these memories. And then you gave us the present of your new album, so we can stay positive, all of us.
I hope so. I was kind of nervous to release the album at this time. I thought, oh my gosh, I've worked so hard and I love it so much. I don't want it to just disappear without a trace. And I made the decision to carry on with the campaign, and we released the album, and it's the best thing I could have done because I've had so many wonderful responses from fans and people that have enjoyed the songs. It's keeping people entertained and distracted from all the bad stuff. So it was the right decision, I think.
I think it's the highlight for a lot of people this year, so thank you for that.
Oh, thank you.
And I read that you had your inspiration, part of your inspiration, because of the Spice World tour last year. And what moment did you really felt like sporty Spice again? Was it during the interviews before the tour, during the promotion shoots, or on stage? When did you feel like sporty again?
It was when we got into rehearsals, actually. I think once we started singing and doing choreography and being together, you know, and fooling around and just being our silly selves, that I just thought, wow, I really still am that kid from the 90s, you know, it's such a huge part of me. And then, of course, getting on stage, being in our costumes and having our amazing fans in front of us. I was just like, I own this. I am Sporty Spice.
You're uber sporty. Look what I have here. I think it's so cute. It's you.
Oh, that is so cute. I love it. Oh, that's very cute.
It's very nice, Because you had a busy year, because after the Spice World tour, you did Sing the Pink, also in Amsterdam, which was nice. So I think you had such a busy year that it was quite strange when things went to lockdown. But did you experience it as, okay, I did so much in 2019 that I could relive it this year, and to think about it, or did you want to go on tour again?
Always, absolutely always. I mean, the hardest thing for me this year has been not being able to travel, to go to all the countries and promote this album. But I think you're right. 2019 for me was such an amazing year. Spice Girls tour of Pride, we Sing the Pink. And I just feel so grateful that I was able to have my 2019 as planned. And this year, we've had to adapt. But I think if like 2019 was cancelled, I would be devastated.
I know.
So it's one of the best years of my life. Absolutely.
Yes. Amazing. Well, when I interviewed you a few years ago, we played a game where you had to choose between your favorite things, and I revamped it again. So it's nice. Recording in the studio or performing live?
Performing live.
Yeah.
I didn't think about that one.
That was an easy one.
I mean, it's always important to create new songs, and I do love to record things, and I love my time in the studio, but you can't beat being on stage. It's the ultimate. It's what drives me to do the things that I do. I love to connect with people in that way.
Yes, nice. Your most memorable boost as a solo artist, was it when you got a #1 single with Never Be the Same Again in the UK, or your first #1 single in Germany with First Day of My Life?
Oh, wow. I think, obviously, Never Be the Same Again, being the first UK #1, was a big deal. You know, I think as an artist, when you get a #1, it kind of elevates you. And and it kind of, everything went crazy after that. I Turned to You then became a #1, the next single. And I was able to tour the world extensively. So that's probably the biggie. But it was, I mean, to get my first German #1 with First Day so many years later as well. That was 2005. So that was very important too.
Yes, I cannot imagine. And both singles are amazing. Never Be the Same Again, First Day of My Life. So that's nice. Ooh, this one. If the world is back to normal for one evening only, would you do an international show with Sink the Pink or Sporty Sporty all over again in your hometown, London?
Oh my gosh.
The hard one, right?
It's gonna have to be Sporty Sporty. I mean, I love my girls. I love working with Sink the Pink, and we do the most incredible shows. But my 40th birthday was so special. I had so many friends come on stage with me. I think I want to go for I want to be greedy, and I want to say Sporty's 40 with Sink the Pink.
That's a good one.
So they come on to do some numbers. Yeah, there you go. We'll combine them for ultimate joy.
I will try to organize it.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Your favorite music video to shoot? Is it Too Much or is it Who I Am?
Oh wow. Oh gosh, that's hard. I actually found Who I Am really difficult to shoot, because if people haven't seen the video, I kind of revisit lots of different eras of my career in lots of different looks. So I have a big ponytail as Sporty and the short cropped hair like Northern Star, and how how I'm looking now, and so to see myself and to go back to these times was quite tough on the day. It was surreal. Yeah. So I didn't really enjoy that video shoot very much. And it was really cold in that place. I was being sprayed and it was freezing. But Too Much was so exciting. It was the lead track for the movie. Yeah. And we each it was a huge, big budget video. Each girl had their own setup. And I was kung fu fighting and looking fierce. So I mean, that was a very, very special time. So Too Much is going to have to pip the post on that one when it comes to videos. Yes,
and your character it was Say You'll Be There came back in Blame It On Me, right? That's character.
Right, yeah. I was definitely inspired by Katrina Highpick. Yeah, exactly. Version 2.0.
Yes, nice. Okay, I like this question. What previous single would you revamp for the deluxe edition of your new album, MELANIE C? Would it be a rework of I Turn to You or a rework of Think About It? To give it another shot.
Well, Think About It still sounds great, you know, and so does I Turn to You. But I would really love I Turn to You to get a modern revamp. I'd love a DJ to remix it, or to do a new version of it. I think that would be really fun.
Yes, I love those singles.
We do a really cool version of I Turn to You live, actually.
I heard it, yes. Color and live stream, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was nice. I Think About It's still a banger, by the way. Yeah, I really love the remix. It's so good.
Mm-hmm. I really like it. I love it too. Thank you.
Yeah. Your favorite album track, non-single? Is it Reason from Reason? Or You'll Get Yours from Beautiful Intentions?
Ooh, that is a hard question. I'm going to say You'll Get Yours. And I love Reason. It's a very, very special song to me. But I think because You'll Get Yours gets a bit more dramatic and aggressive. So I always go with a bit of drama on stage. Yeah. I'm a drama queen.
Okay. What opportunity could get Spice Girls out of retirement to record something new? Would it be the soundtrack of a new James Bond movie, or the soundtrack of the animated Spice Girls movie?
Oh, I think
or
both
none of those.
I think both would be wonderful. A Bond theme is such an honor as an artist to be able to do. And then, of course, we do have an animation in development, which would be great, if there was some new music to accompany that. I'd be up for both,
For both, nice. What song would you scrap from future set lists? Would it be Do It or On the Horizon?
Both of them. It was so lovely revisiting all the Spice Girls songs for the tour last year, but none of us could remember the words for Do It. We sang it wrong virtually every night. So as soon as that song was done, I'd be like, right, get on with the show now. So I'd get ready to do it, and I definitely wouldn't bother doing On the Horizon. You know, it's a wonderful song, but it's just not really.
It's not really you.
Vibe, yeah.
Yeah, I can imagine. If someone asks you for your most signature single, would it be Who I Am or Northern Star?
I think at the moment, I'd have to say Who I Am, because, you know, obviously Northern Star is the beginning of me as a solo artist, and, you know, beautiful song I'm very proud of. But Who I Am, I think, you know, Northern Star is a big part of who I am, because really it's a reflection of all of my music and life. So yeah, I think Who I Am is a great representation of who I am today.
Okay, thank you so much. These were the questions of the game. One of the last questions. If you could add something new to your catalog, your legacy solo artist, and something new to your legacy as a Spice Girl, what would you add? Would it be a book or something different on top of everything you have done?
Well, you know, I hope to continue to make music and to tour, both as a solo artist and as a Spice Girl. That's my number one wish. I think, you know, I think there is definitely room for a book later on in my career. I think obviously all of the stories about the Spice Girls are hugely interesting, but I think, you know, personally for me, I've had a very interesting story as an individual, you know, my upbringing and my personal struggles, and continuing to make music and do the work I do. So so maybe a book at some point would be good.
Okay, thank you so much, Melanie. And what can we expect from your new album to continue next year? What can we expect? A tour, of course.
So we have dates in for April and May, which we are monitoring constantly. Obviously we will have to make some big decisions in January. We can't expect people to travel and be in venues if it's not safe. Hopefully some festivals through the year. Some things are beginning to open up through the summer, so lots of live work, as much as I can get in, and lots of new music. You know, I want to get back into the studio. I want to continue writing, continue releasing lots of content, keeping people, you know, really entertained, really engaged. So a busy 2021.
Let's go for that. Thank you so much. And
thank you.
Yeah, we really love your new album. So people, if you're watching this and you haven't bought it already, do it, because it's such a fantastic album.
Thank you so much. So lovely to speak to you.
Thank you
have
so
a
much.
Lovely Christmas.
Yes, you too. And hopefully see you on tour.
Yes,
in Amsterdam.
I hope so too. Fingers crossed. I love it. Milkberg, one of my favorite venues. Got to get back in there.
Thank you so much. Bye, Melanie. Have a nice Christmas and evening. Bye-bye.
Bye.